This is section 12.5. We're going to be dividing polynomials in this section. There's two different ways to divide a polynomial. One, we can divide by a monomial. When we do that, it's the equivalent of thinking through a very simple problem. And let me just kind of go on a side sheet of paper here to give it as an example. My example would be very simply, if I had 462, and I was dividing that by 2. I hope you would agree that's the same as 400 divided by 2 plus 60 divided by 2 plus 2 divided by 2. The premise is we would divide each one of these digits by the number 2, and that would give us 200 plus 30 plus 1. Well, as we look to divide a polynomial by a monomial, we're going to use the same concept as we work through this. We're going to take 3x cubed, and we're going to divide that by our 3x squared from right here. Then we're going to take our minus 6x squared and divide that also by our 3x squared. And then finally, we're going to take our x and divide that by our 3x squared. So effectively, we've divided each part of our problem by 3x squared. Well, now we simplify. The 3's cancel and the x cubes cancel. That leaves us just with x. Our second part, the 6 over 3, leaves us just with 2. And then our third part, everything cancels except for 1x in the bottom. And so my answer is x minus 2 plus 1 over x. Let's try it again on our second problem. We're going to have 8x to the 5th over 4x squared plus 16x cubed over, once again, 4x squared minus 4x squared over 4x squared, and then lastly plus 2x over 4x squared. So we divide each one by 4x squared. Now we simplify. 8 over 4 is a 2, and we have x cubed left over. Plus 16 over 4 is a 4, and we have an x left over. Minus 1 plus 2 over 4, the 2 is in the bottom, and then there's 1x also in the bottom. So my answer is 2x cubed plus 4x minus 1 plus 1 over 2x. Now, as we look at the other method that we can use to do dividing polynomials, we want to review the idea with long division. Do you remember how to divide 12 into 279? The way we do that is we first say 12 times what goes into 27? Well, it's obvious it's a 2, so 2 times 12 is 24. Now we're going to go through and we're going to subtract that. So 27 minus 24 is 3. We bring down the 9. 12 times what goes into 39? Well, that goes in 3 times. So we multiply again, and we get 36. Now we go through and we subtract. Our answer is 3. We're not going to go into decimals here, but we're going to think my answer is, we used to write it as R3. Well, today we're going to say 23 and 3/12 is our answer. Or in reduced form, 23 and 1/4. As we look to do long division, we're going to use this idea to continue to long divide with a binomial.